Hello, everyone, and welcome to Daily Echo. I'm Lana, your host, and today our guest is my good friend Jake.
Hi, Lana. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So, Jake, today we are talking about jobs. Let's start with an easy question. What is your ideal job?
Hmm. I think my ideal job would be something calm but interesting. Maybe working as an author. I like writing and I enjoy working alone.
Oh, nice. Writing books or articles.
Books, I think. Maybe novels. What about you?
I'd love to be an artist or a singer. Something creative where I can express myself. But also, I want some adventure, maybe a tour guide too.
That sounds exciting. You like talking to people, so a tour guide would be perfect for you.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about our first jobs. What was your first job?
My first job was as a cleaner in a small hotel. I was 16 and I worked after school.
Really? How was it?
Not bad, but a bit boring. I cleaned rooms and bathrooms every day. Sometimes I found strange things in the rooms.
Like what?
Well, one time I found a suitcase full of old newspapers. Nothing else. It was so weird. Another time I went into a room to clean it, and there was a parrot sitting on the bed. No one told me there was a pet inside. When I walked in, it suddenly said, "Good morning."
This is hilarious. My first job was also fun. I worked as a dancer at a kid's birthday party. We wore costumes and danced with children.
Oh, that sounds exhausting.
It was, but also fun. I dressed as a princess once, and a little boy asked me to marry him. So cute, but the funniest part was when my costume started falling apart during a dance. The skirt ripped, and I had to hold it while dancing. The kids were laughing so much, and I just had to keep going like nothing was wrong.
That's funny. Okay, and what was your most interesting job?
Probably when I worked as a PA for a famous chef, I helped organize events and met a lot of interesting people.
That's exciting.
It was, but also stressful. I had to answer calls, organize interviews, and sometimes even taste food.
That's interesting. I wouldn't mind tasting food at my job.
Yes, but one time I almost dropped a big cake in front of important guests. I was carrying it, and someone opened the door too fast. The cake almost flew out of my hands. The guests gasped, my boss turned white, and I somehow managed to catch it just in time. But I had icing all over my shirt.
Oh no. And did they still serve the cake?
Yes, but I had to run to the kitchen to clean up first. After that, I always walked very slowly with cakes.
That's a funny story. I guess my most interesting job was working in a factory. I worked with machines and I learned a lot about the industry. It was loud, but I liked the teamwork.
That's cool. Did anything funny ever happen?
Oh, yes. One time I was working on a production line and I had to stack boxes. Suddenly, one of my coworkers sneezed so loudly that I got startled and knocked over a whole stack of boxes. They fell like dominoes, making a huge mess. Everyone was laughing, but my supervisor just shook his head.
That must have been embarrassing.
It was, but at least no one got hurt. And after that, my coworkers called me Domino.
That's a great nickname. And what was your worst job?
Probably working as a waiter in a restaurant. The pay was low and some customers were rude. One time I was carrying a tray with drinks and somebody bumped into me. The drinks fell all over a customer's expensive suit.
Oh no. And what happened then?
The customer was very angry. My boss wasn't happy either. I had to apologize a lot and I thought I was gonna lose my job. But in the end, the customer calmed down and my boss just gave me a warning.
That's tough. My worst job was when I worked for a dentist as a receptionist. I had to answer calls all day, and some patients were very impatient.
I can imagine.
One time, a patient was waiting for his appointment and he fell asleep in the chair. We didn't know what to do.
That's hilarious. Did you wake him up?
Yes, but very carefully. He was so confused when he woke up. Another time, a little girl was waiting for her appointment and she suddenly screamed, I don't want to see the vampire. The whole waiting room started laughing, but her mom looked so embarrassed.
How adorable. Kids say the funniest things.
They really do. Now let's talk about something fun. What did you want to be when you were a child?
Oh, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a pilot. I loved airplanes, and I thought flying would be amazing.
A pilot? That's cool. Why didn't you become one?
Well, I realized I don't like heights that much. What about you?
I wanted to be a doctor. I used to play with a toy stethoscope and pretend to check my dolls.
A doctor? That's so different from being an artist or a tour guide.
I know. I just realized that I don't like hospitals very much. So I changed my mind.
It's funny how our dreams change as we grow up.
Yes, but I think we all find the right path in the end.
I agree. Well, this was a great conversation.
It was. And thank you all for listening to Daily Echo. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.